So, good afternoon, good morning, whatever place in the world you are. Again, for Ryan, he's in Canada. Will be something. Ryan, you will tell us what time is in Canada for us. For me in Spain is 4 p.m. and for Youseff. Hello, Youseff. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
Not bad. As we were commenting just before starting the streaming, I am not 100%. I got some kind of cold, and I have my voice totally not 100% good. So, but I'm here just to help you on the presentation today. Thank you, Youseff, for doing this presentation for the community about compilation of common questions and answers from Discord. I think this is very nice because I don't remember what is the what number of lines Discord stores, and you can go back. I think there is a limit of, I don't remember how many characters or phrases or words, but it is good to have this compilation, just because Discord is very important for us. We are having very nice conversations there, and it is nice to remember to all the other contributors what are the things we've been commenting there, and just commenting again. So again, thank you, Youseff. So present yourself for a second. Where are you from and what do you study and so on?
I am from Cairo, Egypt, and I am a computer engineering student.
Good. So we're gonna start this session, and we have some colleagues already in the chat, so in the YouTube chat. Remember?
Very nice. Well,
So at the end of the conversation, if there is any question, please, contributors, write your question in the YouTube chat, and at the end, Youseff will, and me, or if we need help from others, we'll try to answer you. So let me change the presentation, and everything is up to you. Go, Youseff. No.
okay, let us start. Hi, everyone. My name is Youseff Khaled, and today we are going to go through the most commonly asked questions and their answers on Discord. The first question is, I can't find the Liquid Galaxy controller on the Play Store. Well, first off, the Liquid Galaxy controller is the first application that you can test your Liquid Galaxy rig with. And in some countries, it doesn't appear on the App Store, so you can use, instead of it, the LVC located voice CMS, which has the same basic functionalities. It also has a lot of functionalities, but we focus on the basics about orbiting and stuff like that. And you can use this app for testing instead. The second question is, how do I set up my virtual machine for Liquid Galaxy? If you are just starting, the first location you should start with is the Liquid Galaxy website, of course. And the most important links will be the Ubuntu iOS version 16.04. This is the version that you should work with if you are working with a virtual machine. And you should check the manual. And you can go through a tutorial that was recorded by wannabe contributor Soham or by Mahinur. Both tutorials are available on this YouTube channel. And they are fantastic. You can follow them along with the manual, and you will have no problem setting up your first Liquid Galaxy rig. Question 3, how do I start integrating an application with Liquid Galaxy? Well, on this channel, of course, we have a video by Mentor Vidan. He has a fantastic video that goes through how to implement using Flutter. You can also implement with any application you want. It's not required to be Flutter. But in this session, you can see how do you send the commands, how are the commands constructed to control your Liquid Galaxy, and it's a fantastic session as an introduction. Question 4, my APK is not connecting to the network even though it was working in debug mode. So the thing about debug mode is that all the permissions are enabled by default. So if you want to permit your location or you permit the internet connection, you have to write it on the Android manifest.xml. Which one? The one that exists in the Android app source main. This is the directory that you should go for in the Flutter application. And you should add this line that's right here. Question 5. I wrote a KML that should make a picture appear over the map, and I'm sure that the KML is getting updated, but I have to relaunch Liquid Galaxy for it to update. Well, this is a common problem because when you start Google Earth, it checks on the KML only on startup. So you need to change that every time you start up. You change it from the settings. You go to the sidebar, view sidebar, solo KML, properties, and from the properties, you go to refresh, and on refresh, you change the time-based refresh to periodically and 1 second. Like that, it will check on the KML each second to update it for you, and your image will appear on the screen. Question 6. I want to run a KML file on Google Earth. This is for testing purposes. If you have written a KML file and you want to check it immediately without sending it to some kind of application, you can just press Ctrl-O, and Ctrl-O will bring up the browsing screen, and you can choose your KML file that you want to view. Question 7. The KML file I have written is not being sent to Liquid Galaxy, even though I was following the tutorial and the function was written correctly. Well, a very simple error that you can make, and I have actually made at first, is that you need to write them in single quotes. You need to write your KML data in single quotes, and you need to send them in single quotes, like in the echo. I don't know if the mouse is appearing or not, but in the echo KML, you need to send it in single quotes, and you need to write your KML in single quotes, or it will not appear on the screen. This is the command format. It has to be something like that. Question 8. What KML file should I update to display an image on it? Well, it depends on what screen you want it to appear on. If you want it to appear on the master, it will be master 1. If you want it to appear on a slave, you have to choose the slave and the number. And that's why most applications will have write the number of flags as an option, because we take this number of flags and we update the application logos and whatever KML will be sent from this number, as we write slave number KML and we send the KML data to that slave number. Question 9. How can I check the VM IP address that I should use when connecting to the app? Okay. Your virtual machine IP address, you can check on it simply by typing ifconfig and checking this line in the beginning, the one that's highlighted. This will be your IP address that you should write on the application for the data to be sent to the application. Question 10. When Google Earth launches, the Earth keeps rotating indefinitely. How can I stop it? Well, each time you open, you have to go to the options, reduce the flight speed to 0, then apply, then restore to default, and OK and exit. Like that, the Google Earth will stop rotating. It's a common thing that happens. Question 11. I am using a Liquid Galaxy application and it refuses to connect to my VM. Well, the first and simplest thing to do is to ping your IP for the VM. If you are using a laptop like me, you would write ping and the IP address of your virtual machine. If you got replies from it, then yes, the network is set up correctly, and you will have to check either the application or the emulator that you are using, like BlueStack, if there is a problem. But if it is replying, then the network should have been set up correctly. Question 12. How do I know that Google Earth and Liquid Galaxy have been installed correctly? Well, each time you open your virtual machine, you will see that Google Earth will operate by itself. You don't have to open it. It will start by itself. If it started by itself, then yes, the Liquid Galaxy installation has been done correctly. And we move on to connecting to the network. If it doesn't start, you will have to restart the process of installing from the start. Question 13. After using Liquid Galaxy application, the app banner keeps appearing on the slave machine. Well, this happens because, as we have mentioned before, the KML files are updated in a KML folder that is on your virtual machine. So this folder doesn't delete itself when you finish working on the machine. It will still be there. So you need to send a command to clean the KML or clean the logo, which will reset these files, because as long as the data is there, the logos will still appear on your virtual machine. And these options are the standard for every application that is related to Liquid Galaxy. You'll find it in each application. You go to the settings and you clean the KML. Question 14. echo play to orbit. I use this command to enable orbiting, but it is not working. That is also a common thing. When you look at the repositories of previous contributors, you'll see that they called in the orbiting function play to equal orbit, and the orbiting function works. So why doesn't it work? Because orbit is not a command. Orbit is a KML file that they have sent in another file in another function. You can just look at the orbiting function and copy the command from there. Orbit is a file that they have already sent to the virtual machine. And this file is what is being read by the play orbit. Question 15. Google Earth is not launching by itself when I relaunch the VM. That means that there was a problem while you were installing, unfortunately. So you will need to reinstall with more stable internet, which did happen to me. I only had a bit of a weak internet, and I did the installation 3 times because of that. You will have to have a stable connection, perhaps better to use a cable, and try to disable your firewall using these commands in Linux. Question 16. I was wondering if anyone had this error before that disconnects the client. SH channel open error. Well, this happens because you will need to implement a reconnect client function if this problem happened to you, but it's better to do to reconnect with the client each 30 seconds in your application. This function will be called each 30 seconds to reconnect with your application. Question 17. I get an error message when trying to relaunch stating no root to host. How do I fix it? Well, this means that you have made some kind of mistakes while you were setting up your username and password. So you will need to retry installing again with the same username and password for each machine that you have set up. And yeah, that's all you have to do here. I keep getting this error when I relaunch Liquid Galaxy. Well, this error is because there is a problem in your network that you have set up, as not all the machines are on the same network. So you will have to go on the virtual machine box and be sure that you have set up the NAT network correctly. From settings, set up NAT network, and you enable the network dedicated to host-only network. Question 19, which is the final question. I keep getting a connection timeout between the host and the slaves. And this is also a network problem. You will have to make sure that you have connected your virtual machine to a NAT network, not a NAT, which is a common thing that happens because it's the default. It's connected to NAT. And make sure your ISP isn't blocking port 22. Port 22 is the default port that we use for connection. And you will find it also written in most applications as the default number. And try to use a different network connection like your mobile data hotspot. And that's it. Thank you. What?
Fast session? It's been a fast session? Fast.
Fast?
Fast.
Yes.
Fast.
It's just an introduction, yes.
So
this is the introduction for the common questions. I didn't want to delve into the more complicated network stuff, as I consider that the people are just starting up. I want to see the common questions.
Okay, so let's wait for a few minutes till people makes any question. So your colleague Rofaida, and also let me announce. Could you please stop sharing your screen?
Okay, 1 second.
I'm gonna try to be the one sharing mine if I find the thing. 1 second. Yes, we're gonna have till we wait for seconds. People makes any question. Yes. We have on the screen now Rofaida's slide announcing that she will be doing the next presentation at 5:30 p.m. today, p.m. CET, remember? 6:30 for Cairo time, and whatever you're in the world. For our colleagues in India, I'm pretty sure it will be late in the afternoon, and for colleagues in US or Canada or whatever, it will be early in the morning. So Rafaida will join us in an hour or two, talking about Dockerizing models for your Flutter app. Fantastic. Let's see if there is any question here. So we have a person called TC Tech from India. I haven't contributed yet. Can I start now? Will I be able to get GSoC? This is the most typical question, and I will say, no, I don't want to say it. I was going to say funny. So you haven't contributed. Can I start now? Yes, TC Tech, you can start now. Today is the day when Google opens the platform for contributors to register their proposal. It's today. The official day is today, but people from the Liquid Galaxy community, including Youseff, Rafaida, that she's on the screen too, and many other persons, have been working for the GSoC for months. So you still can apply, of course. You are still in time, but you have to work a lot, because you only have the two weeks that Google leaves open the platform to register. So I will be able to get GSoC? This is up to you, to your work, and I will say a part of luck, because we are many contributors this year. We don't know how many interns we will have, so at the end we have to select. We are Google, we have to select what are the people that are going to be on GSoC this year. This is always hard. This is why contributors like Youseff today are doing this kind of collaboration, just to try to rise what we call score, to help more on the community. Says, my third task is not approved. Will my proposal will accept and review it by Liquid? No, we are strong on this. If you don't succeed on every task, you cannot continue to the next task. I mean, as this is a rule for everybody, we cannot break the rules for one person. So I'm sorry, you have to continue. I'm not going to name the persons, but there has been persons that have tried 15 different applications. 15 times they have sent us the application. You're talking about the third. The third is about the third task is about the wiki. It's so strange because the wiki has to be accepted. Let me check for 1 second here. Oh, it's not you are still not accepted. It's because you still have not done the task. You have sent us 4 minutes ago, 4 minutes ago. So you're still not done, not accepted, but not done. So you have to end every task and then go to the fourth. A better way to fix the Hamza is a better way to fix the orbiting problem than moving the slider under the setting is to just uncheck the box with enable controller. Pressing reset does the same thing. Do you agree with this, Youseff?
I think that any change in the options will reset it, like anything, but you have to do it every time. You need to change something in the options and reset it to default.
Good.
That's it.
Thank you, Soham, for sharing. Nice to see our senior contributor, Soham Weisbach. I don't know why you say it's senior. I mean, because he's been with us for some time. 1 second, I have my phone ringing. Hola. What else? Your video was very helpful. Thanks. So, any other question, community? This has been a fast presentation by Youseff. He's on the space like me, so we are fast. We are orbiting whatever planet we are. We will wait for a minute. That was a great compilation. This is something that will have lots of contributors in the future. Shaunak, Manas, thanks for the informative session. Thank you, guys. So again, thank you, Youseff, and for you as all the other contributors. Remember, work hard is the only way. Improve your proposal. And to everybody, remember, today is the day that GSoC platform opens. You have not to send us anymore your proposals. We don't want them on our Gmail. The proposals have to go to the GSoC platform. So just at 6 p.m. UTC, you can go to the GSoC platform and crash it, because everyone in the world will be pushing, and sometimes it crashes. So upload your proposals there, and from there we will start another kind of activity. So like reviewing your proposals and interviewing the vendors. Okay. Thank you very much, Youseff. I'll see you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys, at 5:30 p.m. CET with Provider's presentation. Bye.
Hey.